song called The Lakes of Pontchartrain. 'Twas on a bright March morning I bid New Orleans adieu. I took the road to Jacksontown, my fortune to renew. I cursed all foreign money, no credit could I gain, and it filled my heart with longing for the lakes of Pontchartrain. I stepped on board a railroad car in the early morning sun. I rode the road till evening and I lay me down again. All strangers here, no friend to me, till a dark girl toward me came. I fell in love with a Creole girl from the lakes of Pontchartrain. I said, my lovely Creole girl, my money here, it's no good. If it weren't for the alligators, I'd sleep out in the wood. You're welcome here, kind stranger, our house 'tis very plain, but we never turned a stranger out on the lakes of Pontchartrain. She took me to her mommy's house and she treated me quite well. The hair upon her shoulders and jet black ringlets fell to try and paint her beauty to truly be in vain. So charming was my Creole girl from the lakes of Pontchartrain. I asked her if she would marry me. She said that could never be. She had got a lover, he was far at sea. She promised that she would wait for him, and faithful she'd remain till he returned to his Creole girl from the lakes of Pontchartrain. Fare thee well, my bonny girl, I'll never see you no more, but I'll never forget your kindness in the cottage by the shore, and at every social gathering a flowing glass I'll raise, and I'll drink a health to my Creole girl from the lakes of Pontchartrain. I'll raise a glass to my Creole girl from the lakes of Pontchartrain.
Tell me about the transition that you made when you were with Crooked Still. You were, the lead singer, and now you're playing guitar and also singing. How did that transition come about for you? Was it easy to also play guitar while singing, or did it take a little getting used to?
It definitely took a little getting used to, a lot of getting used to. In Crooked Still, I played guitar on like one or two songs. I would pick it up and kind of add the texture of very light finger picking, but was definitely not a confident guitarist in any way. And if you had asked me, do you see yourself getting up on stage for 75 minutes, just you and a guitar, I would have been like, are you joking? Absolutely not. So when I kind of decided to make my solo record and figure out how I was going to do that, my friends in Punch Brothers asked me to go on tour with them, opening up the shows, which meant just me for 30 minutes with the guitar. And I had about 2 months to get ready, and I practiced guitar for like 6 hours a day, working on just being able to accompany myself, to be able to still sing with the freedom that I'm able to sing without a guitar, and also to try to kind of work on my guitar style and kind of have it be something that people can also say, oh, that was interesting that you did that, and yada yada.
Now, when you're in that kind of cramming mode, you're thinking, I've got to get good fast. What are you doing? Are you just refining your own songs? Are you playing to other people's songs?
So I did a lot of just practicing with the metronome. A lot of I feel like a lot of my songwriting style came out of this guitar style that I'm not really sure where I got it, but it's like a mostly finger picking pattern with my nails, and it's a lot of syncopation, and I think I was able to do it, but it wasn't super locked in. So I think just practicing a ton with a metronome, just getting those fast finger picking rhythms just super locked in. Because my singing, I prefer to be kind of floaty over the beat and kind of be able to really hang back or really push over a steady rhythm section, which I was used to with a band, but on my own, I have to be the steady rhythm section and then kind of float. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So yeah, I was practicing my own material, writing songs, new songs, where I was thinking more about the guitar playing and the guitar part as I was writing them, and also playing along to like some Tim O'Brien stuff and some just kind of classic Paul Simon, Neil Young, just songs where I was learning just other people's tunes and kind of working on what they had been up to.
And so, tell us about those first concerts where you got up there. Was that nerve-wracking to feel like, okay, this is it, I'm on?
Extremely nerve-wracking. It was totally... I think the first full-on show that I did, just me, actually was a couple months before that. I did a residency in New York 4 Mondays in a row at Rockwood Music Hall, and one of the weeks my band couldn't make it, and I, for some reason, was like, oh, I can't do a solo show of my own material, so I learned Bruce Springsteen's classic album, came out the year I was born, Nebraska. Awesome record. I learned the whole thing from start to finish and played that totally solo. Just did a solo show of Nebraska. That was, I think, my first real full solo show.
Oh, wow.
I just kind of remembered that just now. But so when I got up on stage with Punch Brothers and kind of did that first Aoife show opening for a big crowd, it wasn't my hometown, so I was less nervous because I had the support. But it's definitely improved since then.
Right. What was it that growing up that really, kind of inspired where you are today as a songwriter? Is there some sort of clear lineage that we can follow or path? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I grew up, my dad's from Ireland, and my mom is from Boston, but grew up totally immersed in the folk scene in the 70s. And she and my dad had a folk band. They were really into Irish folk music and American folk music and kind of classic Joni Mitchell, as I said before, Neil Young, Paul Simon, etc., Carole King. So when I was first writing my own songs, I think the first couple of songs I wrote was when I was 12 years old, and my friend, who's now an accomplished opera singer, Sarah Heaton, she and I had a band called Fairy Mist, and it was spelled Faerie Mist, and I really should get these original demos up on SoundCloud, but I haven't done it yet. But I was really influenced at that time by The Story by Jennifer Kimball and Jonathan Brooke, really influenced by the Indigo Girls, Ani DeFranco. This is all sort of like the mid-90s or early 90s, right. I guess, when I was kind of deciding like, oh, I'm really into songs. Right. And those recordings, also Suzanne Vega, Sean Colvin, like all these people that my dad was really into, really informed kind of the path that I went down in high school, and then when I got to college and rediscovered traditional music, because I, of course, grew up with it, but there was a real burgeoning scene in Boston at the time, a great bluegrass scene, and I kind of threw myself into that, and that mix of influences, like traditional bluegrass, new bluegrass, mixed with kind of this female singer-songwriter thing. I think a lot of people would have had a similar path to that, but
that was your lane.
Yeah.
There you go. Tell us a little bit about this guitar and, when you bought this, what you decided to, you were saying that you got a good deal on it because it had been refinished.
Yeah, so I was, I wasn't, still at this time, I didn't really consider myself a guitar player. I was on tour with my trio, Sometimes Why, me and two other women, Ruth Unger and Kristen Andreessen, and we were actually opening for what became Punch Brothers, but it was How to Grow a Band, Chris Thiele and the How to Grow a Band, back in 2006. And I was playing, I had a baritone uke with me, and I think Kristen had her Gibson with her, but I didn't really even have a guitar. I had a kind of crappy old Seagull that I think my dad had gotten from my brother that I took out of the house. And I walked into Ithaca Guitar Works in Ithaca, New York, beautiful store in the same complex as the Moosewood restaurant. And this guitar was hanging on the wall, and I was like, oh, it's so little and so pretty. And I took it off the wall, and then it sounded just as pretty as it looked. And I kind of sat there just playing guitar for maybe like 20 or 30 minutes. And that was the first moment that I was like, I really like the guitar. And I had just enough money kind of left over in this college fund. And I went over to the bank and I withdrew it and I bought the guitar.
So it's a Martin Singolo, and it's 1934?
Yeah, it's a 1934 Martin Singolo, and the reason why it was able to, I mean, for me it was an easy purchase was because it was refinished, no original tuners, not the original pickguard, and it's just kind of, you know, a lot of guitar collectors would say, oh, that's not a vintage guitar because it's
been screwed with.
It's been screwed with. But it was the perfect guitar for me because I wanted to play it, I wanted to take it on the road. I ended up putting a K&K pickup in it. And it's really, it consistently sounds good, especially when it's not plugged in. I think it sounds great. And it's made it onto a lot of recordings.
Nice.
And it was even used last year on the road on the Goat Rodeo tour with Yo-Yo Ma. Chris played this guitar every night on one song. The song that he plays guitar on, he used this guitar, which I was really flattered by. My guitar was very flattered.
If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for us.
I lost you in the broken twilight underneath the California sky. You quivered in the dark and then took flight. If I'd have known which way you headed, I'd have strapped on wings and hit the night. But your incandescent beam was out of sight. Later on when I got home, I found an owl's feather in my hair. I tried to make some sense of it, the who, the why, the what, the when, the where are you now? Where have you landed? Where is your mouth? Are you hungry for some candy? Where are you going? What is it you're looking for? Where is your glowing heart now? If I could take back everything I ever said to you, would we be